the last team in the afternoon, Group 8. Their topic is J.K. Rowling interviewed by Oprah Winfrey.
Same time next week for this small positive. Next up, news update.
This is GNC at the 98 Global News Channel, first choice for world news. Stay tuned for news on the hour, every hour. The time's 10:30, and now for the main headlines tonight. The Dhaka flight toll passes 1,000. The death toll from Bangladesh's worst Israel accident passes 1,000 as recovery teams continue to find more bodies in the wreckage. Taiwanese fishermen burned Filipino flags outside the Philippine representative office in Taipei earlier today in a protest against the killing of a Taiwanese fisherman by the Philippine Coast Guard. Could alligators kill off the dentist? Scientists discovered that the reptiles may hold the key to that perfect smile. Scientists are studying how alligators renew their giant teeth in a bid to help humans with dental issues. Full coverage of today's news at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. Next up, entertainment tonight.
Good evening. Coming up on tonight's show, an exclusive preview of the new Star Trek movie, Into Darkness. Also, on tonight's show, a profile of country singer, Taylor Swift.
First up on entertainment tonight, Oprah talks to the billionaire mom behind the Harry Potter empire. J.K. Rowling granted GNC a rare interview in Edinburgh, Scotland, the city she calls home. Oprah sat down with J.K. Rowling at the historic Queen Mary Hotel. This is where J.K. completed the final chapters of Harry Potter's Wondrous Journey.
Good evening. I'm Oprah Winfrey, and joining me tonight is billionaire author J.K. Rowling. Isn't it interesting how we first get to understand what having money can do? Like, you have to realize, I don't have to be in this
Did
situation.
you feel that?
Yeah.
Did it take you a while to understand?
And it still is. And it still does.
Me too. I think it's that moment when trying to choose between two things.
That's happened to me.
And you think, I
could get both.
but you don't. You not live like that for so long.
Yes, and you know why? Because you understand what 25 pounds is.
Exactly. Always.
Yes, or $100.
This feels so extravagant.
In the United States, you're known as the first billionaire author.
Yeah.
So, how has being the first billionaire author affected your perception of yourself?
I dress better. But that's not just about money, because you meet lots of rich people who dress atrociously. It's more that you can afford to. Well, you can definitely afford better clothes. I think the single biggest thing that money gave me, and obviously I came from a place where I was a single mother and really was hand to mouth at one point. It was literally as poor as you can get in Britain without being homeless at one point. If you've ever been there, you'll never, ever take for granted that you don't need to worry. Never.
Are you in a place now where you can accept that you will always be rich?
No, are you?
Kind of.
Really? I hope that sounds good.
Unless I'm a complete fool.
But that's it, unless I'm a fool. And do you know what? I've never been a fool in money, so why worry? But I do, I think, God, if I blew this, how could I look everyone in the face?
But you know, psychologically, it's a difficult thing to come to terms with. Because it's like saying, not allowing you will never say never.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. And do you feel, I feel, I don't want to get complacent,
Right.
I don't want to take things for granted.
Right.
And after all, well, you do know what I'm talking, I'll say rubbish all the time, talking rubbish. I mean, really, it would have to be very stupid, but yeah, I do still worry.
Really?
Yeah, watch all the time. I mean, mostly I feel great.
And you look great too.
Thank you.
But what do you actually think all that money has done for you?
It frees you. That's what it does. It frees you. It's why it's like a superpower. It frees you. I mean, we don't have to, the luxury of literally being able to sit down and say, where shall we go for a holiday? And not be anywhere limited.
I hear you don't drive.
No, I don't drive, no. Cars terrify me. I'm really fond of cars.
So do you have a driver?
Yes, lately have had a driver, very lately.
Is it true that you still take the bus?
Occasionally, within the last year I've taken the bus, definitely, yeah.
Did you ever imagine your life being the way it is now?
No, never. No, really, never. You overshot the mark so ridiculously that I was so unprepared for it. This is the thing I think I've never really spoken about. I was a writer. I had no one near me professionally or personally who could in any way help me when I had questions like, what do you do when the press is so too big, you know? Really crazy stuff that happens. The stuff that makes you feel...
But that doesn't happen to most writers, you know.
Exactly. So it took everyone around me to take the bus ride.
It's not like if you're an actress, you could have expected that.
Of course. You know that if I'm wildly successful, that stuff will happen. I'm not going to like it, but that will happen. But as a writer, there's no way of thinking, if I'm wildly successful, they'll want long less photographs of me on the picture of my bikini. Never occurred to me in a million years.
So you were prepared for it?
Totally unprepared. And really ran scared for a while.
Tell me, have you made peace with relationship with God? And do you call it God?
Yes, I do. I struggle with it.
But when you read the Potter books, watch the Potter movies, the thing that is consistent and that obviously in the end rules is love.
Definitely.
Love wins.
Yes. Which is a concept which runs through all the major religions, without exception. And I think that this is probably true of all writers, but sometimes I know what I believe because of what I've written. Honestly, if you asked me before I wrote it, what did I believe, I maybe couldn't have told you. But it does come through strongly in the Potter books. You're right, it does, and
Last in the end, love wins.
love wins. It does win. Well, no, it wins.
Stay tuned to FM 98 for GNC News and Weather at the top of the hour at 11 o'clock. Later, on Entertainment Tonight, a profile of country singer Taylor Swift, followed by GNC's exclusive preview of the new Star Trek movie, Into Darkness.
Thank you for your performance.